We spent years creating female-only spaces, and as soon as someone wants to do it for men, everyone is losing their minds.
Any women from being able to come to this gym that also might be Christian, I personally don't know if I totally get on board with for long-term success of creating more of a positive gym environment. And maybe I'm going to get some crap for saying that.
Proverbs 27:17 gym has opened with a little bit of fanfare and a lot of criticism, and after a great many female-only gyms have been opened because of the pressure that was put on women by men at the gym, now that a male wants to do the same thing because they might struggle with their own vision, their own thoughts, now it is a big problem. Watch this.
I was an addict for a long time. A lot of things that a lot of guys are struggling with, but just not isn't talked about. And so about 4 years ago, got sober and started my walk with God. And what I was struggling with, everyone was struggling with. And I'm like, okay, well, there's probably something here, but also not just from a lust side. That's just a small piece of what the gym does. I'm Jeff Hambrick, and I'm the owner of Proverbs 27:17 Men's Fitness and Ministry Center.
This gym was founded by a gentleman named Jeff Hambrick, who is in recovery himself, and I too have struggled with substance use over 20 years ago, and I can see that he is using a tactic called self-binding, in which Anna Lemke describes in her book Dopamine Nation that alcoholics who struggle with drinking just simply eventually don't go down the liquor aisle anymore, and that is called self-binding, and it is actually one of the ways that people who want to break away from addictions are most successful in doing so. It's not just about controlling your thoughts, it's about controlling your environment.
It's not like we're a bunch of guys who can't control ourselves and we stay indoors. If you're an alcoholic or you're on drugs and you're trying to get out of that circle, you're probably going to avoid drugs and alcohol. So why would lust be any different? If you're struggling being around, if you're struggling with pornography and lust and women, why would you keep going to a place over and over and over where you're going to keep getting yourself in trouble? So I just eliminated that, and I teach the guys, again, it's not like some He-Man woman haters club. I teach the guys how to be good husbands someday, how to actually lead and take care of your family and treat your wife the right way. We're taking away the temptation of, hey, you're coming to a gym, whether you're single or married, and you're going to focus on what needs to be focused on. And then, yeah, obviously you're going to go out in the world and there's going to be female.
I now see why people are hammering this gentleman, Jeff Hambrick, because he makes the statement in this case that men and women are created differently. And whenever you say something like that, the culture will come after you. He does make a mistake, I think, in this clip in stating that he wants these men, or he wants to give an environment to men in which they can be vulnerable. And I actually think a better word for it is transparency, because in vulnerability, you're leaving yourself open to the incursion of other people. In transparency, you are confessing to one another and allowing that iron to sharpen iron in a more masculine frame.
At relationships and women and females and life in general from more of a biblical sense. So we're not running around trying to hook up with everybody we see. We're going to be dating with intention. So that's my goal in a nutshell, is how it's created. Is I just saw this gap of there's no place for guys to go and just be vulnerable and get closer to God with other men chasing that same thing. And it's not that you can't do it in a big church setting, but it's no mistake that like men and women are created a little differently. So men need community with guys and women need community with women.
I don't know anything about this fitness influencer Brad Jensen, but of course he represents the feminine view, although his muscle mass would dictate that you would probably get a little bit of a better opinion from him, but he wants to represent the feminist view that for the long-term success of this gym, that he doesn't see it being male only. In fact, if you wanted to just create a gym with a dress code and talk about, how to dress appropriately when coming to the gym, that would be better. So of course this is the autonomic response that would happen under the Longhouse, in which somebody has to come to the defense of the women, because women are allowed to have their own spaces, but when a man opens it, that somehow is patriarchy, unnecessarily cruel to women to open a male-only space, and the evaporation of the male-only structures, the male-only institutions, has eventually led us down to this path that we must have our own spaces. Yet again, men recover shoulder to shoulder, not hand to hand, not in a circle, not foot to foot. Women recover when they're sitting around talking more about processing their feelings in situations. Men recover by acting, and action together is how we grow the most, and this gym encapsulates that, no matter what this Brad Jensen says.
Any women from being able to come to this gym that also might be Christian, I personally don't know if I totally get on board with for long-term success of creating more of a positive gym environment. And maybe I'm going to get some crap for saying that. I would almost understand more if they said, hey, we're going to create a Christian gym where there's a little bit of a dress code, but we're all going to bond together. That would make more sense to me personally.
This German woman named Kim Abt says that all gyms in Europe pretty much operate under gender-specific spaces, if not completely separate altogether. And she couldn't believe that that wasn't available in the United States, so she opened one for women only. And yet, when the male-only version comes out, and when they talk about the fact that perhaps women dressing lustfully in the gym is a problem for them, then everyone must come against them, because women are allowed to have it, but men are not.
I think it's fair, never thought about it, but I do hear it all the time, guys complaining about, being distracted by that, so I respect it.
I haven't discovered it, but I hear all the time, harassment, or just feeling comfortable and confident in the gym. So that's how the idea started. I'm from Germany originally, so in Germany it's already a big thing. Like all the big gym chains have a separate space for women.
Brad Jensen's clip here at the end is framed by Fox News as him criticizing this gym and making half of the people uncomfortable. But what I think he's really talking about, which was clipped, unfortunately, to make it seem like he's coming against this gym, I think what he's really talking about is some of the behaviors that men might display while they're in the gym. I've been going to the gym at least 5 days a week for the last 5 years, and I can say that I have never received anything but support. And there's only been a couple really super aggressive weight droppers, yellers, those kinds of things over the course of the entire time that I've been going. And while that might be intimidating to women, guess what's intimidating to men? Having women walk around in their underwear. That is also, we deserve to have the same type of consideration when it comes to our spaces that we also need to operate in.
Disrespectful to the other people, and if we're purposely making people feel maybe they're not purposely making them feel uncomfortable, but by our actions it's very obvious that we're making half the gym feel uncomfortable. I think that's where we're crossing a line too far.
In the long run, these types of male-only spaces will come back into vogue. They will be restored. They will be reinstituted because so many men are recognizing the necessity of building true and positive masculinity. I believe that's what this gym was intended to do, and I give him my full support. As a therapist of 13 years, I've seen the degradation of the masculine because they have been continually beaten down by a culture who puts them in the margins. So I support this gentleman, Jeff. Congratulations on your own recovery, young man, and I pray that your gym is uber successful. And if you would like to continue to support masculinity, the rise of the Western man, yet again, up from the ashes, I would love your support on this channel, which is intended to promote a future of faith, fatherhood, and freedom. I would love to earn your subscription. And if you like anything that you see, hit that little thumbs up, then hit the hype button. It's meant for small channels like mine to get big attention. Thanks for watching.